Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My name is Kimmy. I'm back from the YouTube video. So what I'm doing today is just ranking all of the new horror releases of 2023. So of course, without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so I have 31 movies I've watched in the span of 2023. I do have a letterbox account. I have like a whole thingy on every 2023 release that I have watched. So I'm gonna like keep that up and then like do that again for like 2024. And at the end of 2024, I'm gonna see how many more movies. Like see like what I've done. I think I'm like 50 something movies like all together. And I think next week is going to be all the non-horror releases. Right. But of course this is my best to worst. If you want just worst list, I have that came out on Tuesday of my podcast, and I have just a normal top 10 list coming out Saturday. If you guys are interested, if not, who cares? But yeah, let's just get started with the actual video. So the first movie, that is the worst movie of 2023, is going to have to be Three Blind Mice. This is just not, it just isn't good. It has like the whole like parody horror thingy on like the like nursery tales. So it does that. It's like this girl and she, I don't know. It's just not good. That's honestly all I have to say. It would have been like a 2 out of 10, but it went up to like a 4 because it was deep. It goes like finding out like why the mice are that way was kind of cool, but not like enough to actually even get to not be the worst. But yeah. Okay, and then we have The Black Demon. This is a Mexican, I think, like legend about, of course, this shark, and I think it would have been really good if it had a bigger budget. It's just the budget was not good. The acting was horrible. It was just because usually I can be like, okay, like, the acting was bad. It wasn't like that bad, but like this one just took me out, and I don't know. I just didn't like it. And then we have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. This one, it's definitely on everyone's list because it was not good. I think they tried too hard to make it serious. And I don't think they even tried. Like, it was a Winnie the Pooh movie, but it just felt like a normal masked killer attacking people in the woods. And also hearing that the director or whatever is, like, bashing people for not liking it. Like, it's just, like, this YouTuber I like. And he ended up getting like bashed and like people like that director was like saying rude stuff about him, and like knowing that the person who made this film is not taking the criticism well and is like making people feel bad for the criticisms, it just makes it even worse. But yeah. And then we have 15 Cameras. I didn't even know this came out. I think I just looked up 2023 new movies, and then that was what came up, and it's like a 13 and 14 Cameras. It's like a third one. It was okay. It was just kind of boring and not a lot of stuff happened. I think I remember watching 13 Cameras a long time ago, and I feel like I haven't watched 14 Cameras. The story was okay. It's just, like I said, like nothing happened. And it's kind of creepy though, just like knowing like the landlord had like little tiny cameras. Like, probably like not even that tiny. Watching people was kind of weird and like kind of creepy in its own way. But yeah. And then we have Creepy Pasta. This one is like a Screenbox original, and it's like kind of like, it's an anthology, and it has like different stories on like urban legends of like creepy pasta stories. And I would have loved if I think if it had a bigger budget, it would have been better. I didn't even know any of the stories. Like I would have liked if they had more story. I can't think of any stories right now, but I know there's like one's like, oh, I hope they have it, and they didn't. I don't know. And then we have Fear. So this came out kind of earlier this year. I actually forgot it came out this year. When I was watching, I was like, wait, did this come out this year? But it was a pretty good story. Like, just people going to this place, and then like the fears is kind of like how like they die or something. I thought that was a really cool story, just how they do that. And then it just came into something that wasn't even good, and it just became really dumb, and it's just, I think a lot of this year, it has really good stories, and it just wasn't executed properly. And then we have Cocaine Bear, which was just like one of those like not horror parodies, but like, you know, it's basically like the actual cocaine bear. Not really, it's just cocaine dumped and a bear ate it. But in this one, it's like it goes on a rampage, and like the original story, he just has a heart attack and dies. It was a kind of fun movie, and I really enjoyed how they did that and they made it fun, but it still just, I don't know, wasn't good. Like, I don't know. And we have, which I hate that didn't even get to, because I'm like, I hate that like it didn't even go up that high. But we have Megan. I didn't like it, and I think a lot of it was I couldn't stand the girl, like the young girl, and I understand like where she was coming from, but I just did not like her whatsoever. So it just like took me out of it, and then it felt just kind of stupid. Like, I don't know. I just like she does like this dance. It just feels like I don't know. I don't know. I think the whole AI thing was cool, but it just wasn't good. And I haven't seen like the rated R version, but I heard that's like dumb too. So I don't know. I didn't care for it. And then we have Nefarious. So I didn't know whether to count it as horror or not. But I think it is like listed as a horror. There's like some crap on it. We'll get on to that. I think the movie was good. I think just the whole plot line of the dude being possessed, and then like having to like convince this atheist that he's possessed, and like dealing like what's gonna happen if he's gonna go on a death row and get electrocuted. I think that was really cool. And like kind of just talking stuff. I think some of the stuff they said was cool, especially when it's like you're gonna kill people, like 3 people today. I thought that was really interesting how they did that. They said like it is like Christian propaganda, which I could understand that it was made by Christian companies, and they didn't really say that in the trailer. So horror films fans will go in it not expecting that, and I think it. I do think that is kind of like an unfair critique, but most of them are Christians, but I'm just biased. But it wasn't bad. I don't think I'd watch it again, but it was pretty entertaining and had some. I think it also is just your views too, and I'm not gonna say I disagree with the views, but I think it also just depends. But. And then we have Snow Falls. So I was actually really excited for this one when I first heard of it, because it was supposed to be about people like a New Year's, and then what happens is like snow happens and has like deals with like all of that, and I think there's like a virus. So it'll be like a cool like cabin fever thing. And honestly, I was just bored throughout the entire thing. I don't know. I just didn't care for it. I was bored. I got confused a lot of the times. It just felt like a good story, just was not executed properly. And then I have Infinity Pool with Mia Goth and who is it? It's something Skarsgård. I just don't remember the name, but it's like Bill Skarsgård's brother. But it was okay. It's really weird for weird's sake. I do think the whole premise of it is really cool, just with the whole them being rich to basically just do whatever they want and not do anything. I think that was cool, but also was just really weird. And it took me out of it a lot of times. I don't know. And then we have The Boogeyman. I heard like a lot of people like this one. I didn't care for it. It was just kind of eh. I don't know. It's just, I think it was a Stephen King short story. I think the whole like thing on grief and stuff was cool how they did that. And especially how they didn't really show the boogeyman and like until like the end, because a lot of movies like show and it's like kind of get you out of it. It was a decent movie, but wasn't that good? I don't know. And then I have The Jester. This is like a Terrifier knockoff. I said in my last video, but it was okay. I like how it had more of a story with it. Of course, the budget wasn't good, the acting wasn't good, but it was a decent kind of good story, and I think I liked the little message they had going on with it. So, yeah. And then we have VHS 85. So, I don't really care for the VHS movies. I think I've watched all of them except for the third one. I like anthologies now, and I also like found footage, so I should like rewatch them and like do a ranking video. This was pretty good. I really liked how like 2 of the stories did connect. It's just some of them I kind of wish a little bit longer, and like the last story was kind of has something to do with Black Phone. So I don't know. It was a good one. It definitely wasn't as horrible as I thought it would be. And then I have Hell House LLC, the Carmichael Manor. Just talking about my other video, so I'm not gonna like go over it. But it was, like I said, a good movie. It made me like tense. I liked how like it didn't rely on jump scares. I think my only issue is I didn't see Hell House for like I think like 2 years. but I don't really think it did, like, it had a lot of connection to it, which would have been, like, with the prequel, a little bit of connection, but it didn't, except for, like, the clowns. I do like how he did get, like, a little bit of a backstory on the clowns, but, yeah. And then we have Meg 2, The Trench. So I remember when the Meg first came out, I went and watched it, and I didn't like it, and then I re-watched it, so I could, like, put the second one in this video, and I was like, well, actually, this actually isn't bad, and I think my biggest issue is the Meg doesn't look that big. Like, some things he looks ginormous, and other things he doesn't look that big. And of course, you know, like, probably couldn't make a little bit without, like, looking fake. But I think it was just a good movie. I don't remember a lot about it, but I don't have any complaints. And then we have Five Nights at Freddy's. So I tried rewatching this, but I watched it with my cousin, and then I kind of like fell asleep. And I just haven't had the thing to watch it again. I also am not a big fan of the games. I just want to admit that. I just really, I don't know, it feels more like kiddish than actual, like, PG-13. I don't know. And then the girl, I don't like her. I'm sorry. I think my biggest complaint about it is I do not like the little girl, the little sister. And so I just cannot like the movie because I do not like her. But, yeah. And then we have It's a Wonderful Knife. So it's kind of like in, like, it's Freaky Friday, Totally Killer, like, movies like that. Which I actually thought was really cool. It has Justin Long, which I really like him. And it had, like, a cool spin-off on, like, I never watched It's a Wonderful Life. I don't really want to. I thought it was pretty good. I was expecting better. I don't know. And then we have Knock at the Cabin, which I want to read the book that it's based off of, The Cabin to End the World. I kind of want to read the book about it. I think it was a good movie. I think the trailer did well of not telling you exactly what the strangers wanted. And you have to, like, wait until the movie comes out. And then just the whole, are they telling the truth? Are they lying? Just kind of stuff like that. Which I thought was really cool. I actually would like to rewatch this. But it was a decent movie. And then we have Cobweb, which I actually just watched yesterday. This movie was good. I don't understand, like, people's, like, big hype about it. I think maybe I'd watch it a second time in, like, a couple years at a show someone. But it's okay. I mean, I don't really have anything, like, bad or good to say about it. I thought the story was good. I don't know. It just was really slow, and I cannot deal with a slow movie. But I don't really have, like, anything, I don't know. And then we have The Nun 2, which I was not expecting it to be this high up. I mean, I kid you not, is literally 11th place. I just thought it was pretty good. Not my favorite, of course, but I think the story was better. Plus, I like to watch movies where I care about the characters and I like the characters, and I liked the characters in this one. No spoilers if you have not seen it. I just kind of pop off. I think my biggest, not even a complaint, just kind of like, it brings back Frenchie, and I really like him. But my thing is I know, like, he's not going to get a happily ever after, and I think it's so sad. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I know what's going to happen to him. This is horrible, because, you know, he gets getting possessed. I think I would have rather, because I know, like, in The Nun 1, the post-credit scene shows that Frenchie ends up becoming possessed and dies. I would have rather they take that out, make The Nun 2, and then it would have been more of a, like, twist that Frenchie, I don't think it's like Malcolm or something, I'm saying Frenchie, that he got possessed by the nun. I would have think I'd rather that and, like, the end credit connecting to Conjuring 2 instead of doing it with the first one. But I do think the movie was really good in the spoiler section. I don't really think it showed the nun a lot, but I don't know, it was good. Like, I don't have any complaints. And now we are on with my top 10 of 2023. So, yeah. So, number 10 we have is Talk to Me. This movie definitely was better than I expected it to be. It was pretty cool, especially if you watch it, like, thinking, like, okay, like, maybe it's like a metaphor for drugs. That was really cool. If they are making a second one, it's just, I don't know, it was a good movie. I think it was, I didn't really see anything coming. I tried, like, to predict what was going to happen, and I didn't, especially, like, it had, like, a thing on grief. So, I don't know, it's really good. And then 9th place we have is Unseen. So this is a movie kind of, like, some taking place on a phone, some not. It hasn't been talked about a lot, but since, like, a lot of people know about it, or they don't, it's basically about this girl, and she ends up getting, like, kidnapped by her ex-boyfriend, and then, like, she escapes to the woods, but she, like, wears glasses and, like, breaks them. So then she gets a phone and tries to call 911, but then she accidentally calls like someone else. So like they have to help her. It's a really good movie, very intense. I do admit not to watch the trailer just because the trailer shows a little bit too much, but I think it's a really good movie, and yeah. And then in 8th place we have is The Blackening. This movie was just I wasn't expecting to like it because I don't really care for like comedy movies, but this was just, it had me cracking up. It was funny. The review was kind of cool. It was a good movie, and I had a good time. And then in 7th place we have Totally Killer. So I'm not like a big fan of time travel movies just because they get confusing. But this one's really cool. Plus it has like Olivia Holt, which really like her. And I don't remember the actress name, but she plays Sabrina in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I just really liked how I did that, and then she traveled back. It was kind of like a slasher too, like a mass killer slasher, and I love those. If you don't know me, I love movies where you have to guess who the killer is, and it's a slasher. So I really liked how they did that. Plus it has Olivia Holt, and she's like, I love her. So I thought it was a really good movie. I liked the ending, how it showed everything that changed because, she's went back in time. So yeah, and then I don't remember my places. So in 6th place, we have Renfield. This movie I was not expecting to like. A lot of people like upset because it didn't show Nicolas Cage. For me personally, because I've only seen the one trailer, I wasn't expecting it to show Nicolas Cage a lot. And I saw him more than I even expected to see him. I thought the movie was just a fun time. I thought it had a pretty decent thing on like domestic, like getting out of a toxic relationship. I really like I think it's like Aquafina. I really like her. It was a good movie. It was a fun time. So yeah. And then my top 5, I guess, is Sick. I think it was like the first movie that came out this year that I watched. And it's like a pandemic happened in like back like when the pandemic first started. So again, it's like a slasher sort of thing. It was really cool. I think it like went a little far like one side, but it also like makes fun of both sides, which I really liked. And it was just a fun movie, and I would watch this again. So yeah. And then, which I hate not having it in the top 3, but we have Saw X. I love this movie. I think the only reason that it's not in the top 3 is just I try to go on like rewatchability, and I've rewatched these other ones more than I've watched Saw X. But yeah, I don't know. I was always excited for Saw X, and I just like what they did with it. We got more of like a John Kramer storyline. It was focused on him. It was really good, and I just really enjoyed what they did, and it has you kind of feeling bad for John. And then number 3, we have Thanksgiving. So I know I said I watched the other ones. I have not rewatched Thanksgiving. I probably will. This one is so good. I love the whodunit slashers, so that's like only like what I love. I like Eli Roth. People kind of don't like him right now, but I love him. Still love him a little bit more. But I just thought that it was so good, like a whodunit. It kind of gives you like I Know What You Did Last Summer vibes, like those type of vibes, which I really liked. And as Addison Rae, which I really enjoyed her in this. I didn't care for He's All That, but I really thought she was so good in this. I would love to see her more. And it was just, I'm gonna watch this every Thanksgiving, probably on every like Thanksgiving day. And there's a second one, and I'm so excited for that to come out, which will probably come out like 2025. But yeah. And then the second place is Scream 6. I love this movie. I mean, it's in second place. What do you expect? I had a good time with it. Yes, it kind of, like, I think one of my issues, like, the plot armor, they made a big deal about someone dying, and, like, like, the characters don't matter, like, no one ends up dying. But I still think it was a good movie. The opening scene was probably my favorite opening scene. I don't know. It was just really good, and I like it, and I really am sad that we're not going to get... I think we might probably... we're not going to get a 7th one, but we're definitely not... There's probably like a 10% chance we even get a 7th one, but we're probably never going to get it with Jenna or Melissa, which is really sad. Just that we had to see them both go. But, yeah. But my favorite movie of 2023, which I've probably watched 4 times, I'm going to be honest. Like, it's like my most rewatched movie. Fun fact, I was watching it, and then someone texted me and said, are you watching that again? So, my favorite movie of all year, which I was not expecting to like it. I was like, okay, like, I'll watch it because it looks good. Evil Dead Rise. That movie was, I don't know why. it was just so darn good. I also didn't care for like the original movies. I like the remake. You know me, I don't really care for the possession type movies, but this one was I don't even know what it was. It was just really good, and how they did it, and it was just really good. Like, especially because I didn't really have any expectations in it. I was like, okay, like I'll watch it. Like, it looks decent. You know, it's cool. It takes place in an apartment. It's fun. I do wish that, like, the big thing about it is that instead of taking place at a cabin, it took place at an apartment complex. I think I probably would have rather it be like, not an isolated apartment complex, but like more. But it was still so good, and I love it. And this, honestly, like, I don't know, it's just a really good year, I think. I'm excited for 2024 and the new year that it has brought. Um, yeah, but hope you enjoyed this video of all of my ranking of 2023. Put down your top 10 and then your top 5 worst in the comments below. And I hope you guys, like I said, enjoy this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe new year. But I'll talk to you next week.